Hello, welcome to Mina's Bookshelf Mystical Den. Today I'm doing the tarot predictions for King Charles' 77th birthday. He was born on November 15, 1948. He has a very nice, I have to say, natal chart. Sun sign in Scorpio, Moon in Taurus, Ascendant in Leo, Venus in Libra, Mars in Sagittarius, Jupiter in Sagittarius, Mercury in Scorpio, life path number 11, which makes of him a person of intelligence and ambition, capable of great success, but also great failure. Very interesting. So today on the table, I have Alexander Ray's decks. I have the old style tarot, the old style Lenormand, and this is a deck that is in a pre-order status. I will do a review of this deck. This is the old style Oracle. It's a US Games mass market deck. Very interesting, very fascinating, and hermetic in a sort of way. So we'll probably use also the guidebook to read the messages that the creator intended for each of the cards. I apologize for the weird voice today. Please bear with me. A little bit under the weather. So for this reading, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pull a few cards for the Lenormand. And then I will do something different than I normally do. As I shuffle the cards, I would like to invite the spirit guides from the pure white light, the guardian angels and heavenly saints, God's archangels, God creator of the universe, the Virgin Mary, the Holy Spirit, ancestors who love us and want the highest good of all, Mother Nature and my alma totem, to please protect me during my readings, provide me with clarity, guidance, and inspiration. Worries about a woman or a woman that is worried. So what does this King Charles' 77th birthday has in store for him? What does King Charles' 77th birthday have in store for him? We have the Rider. We have news coming his way. The Tower. Royal news. The Cross. Oh dear. An ending. Oh man. And Bouquet. Okay. Had chills for a moment when I saw that cross there, right in the middle, at the heart of the matter. This is an ending. Is an ending to a period of turmoil, of a period of aches and sorrows. It could be a period of sacrifices, and it's finally an ending to it. The tower and the cross might indicate also hospital. And with the bouquet of flowers here, sometimes tower and bouquet represent also visit to a hospital. So we might receive news maybe of an hospitalization. Anyway, this the message of this card here is pretty strong. This is an ending. There might be royal news announcing the ending of something related to this man, which I believe is the person we're asking about, King Charles. These two could also be, might represent a hospital in connection with the bouquet card as well. So we might unfortunately receive news of a hospitalization. It's possible. All right, let's move on with the cards and see what the Oracle and the Tarot have to say. I'm going to put these cards up here. Hopefully everything will be fine with them. But, you know, there's no promise of tomorrow for anybody. for no one, no matter the social status and the health conditions. It's a very sad thought, but we'll see, we'll see. What I would like to ask the oracle is to give me a card for each of the months of this next year on this earth. Hopefully he'll be with us for the entire time. I'll be pulling 12 cards. The first one will be predictions about December. So it goes from December 2025 to December 2026. I would like to clarify that this is a reading for entertainment purposes only, for the sake of speculation. I don't possess any fact. I'm just reading the energies and the messages that come through tarot cards. Okay, the next 12 months for King Charles. December, we have the calling. January, we have the mess. Oh, wow. The meal for February. The butterfly in reverse for March. The spider in reverse for April. Let's put another one for May. We have the ego. June, we have the well in reverse. The easel for July. August, the swarm. September, the poppy. Tornado in reverse for October. The bridge in reverse for November. So December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. And the last one, the unicorn for December next year. Okay. All right. So we go from a possible hospitalization, possible announcement of an hospitalization, and God forbid an ending, as highlighted here from the Lenormand. For the month of December, we have the calling. The calling. I have a hard time speaking today, but I'll do my best to enunciate the words. So calling is in the symbolism, page 85. So calling, you know, every time I see musical instruments in oracle cards, for me, those represent announcements of some sort. And we have the birds also here. The birds are symbol of conversation, of lively conversation. There is a companion here, canine companion. So what is the calling in the upright represents for him? Responsibility and trepidation following a dream. Intuitive choice of the direction for further action. Confidence in the rightness of one's actions. An event that had to happen. Obtaining the experience necessary for spiritual evolution. Receiving a suggestion, a warning. Responsibility for one's own happiness. Help from strangers and an attraction to something. It's interesting that he mentioned this necessary spiritual evolution, because it seems like King Charles might actually have been going through some sort of spiritual awakening, or anyway, his life situation probably triggered some exploration, self-exploration in his life. He recently visited the Pope. Right before this visit, he visited also Pope Francesco, right before Pope Francesco's death. So which is unusual because King Charles is the head of the Anglican Church. So it might be that the month of December will be for him a month of, spiritual reawakening. It might be, this could be like the judgment card in the tarot, like a month in which some sudden epiphanies and revelations might happen to him. Anyway, it's a moment of his life when he will probably be looking back, understand his the purpose of his life, the purpose of his mission. And I have to say, he will probably feel like he's on the right side of history as well. For the month of January, we have a mess. We'll clarify with the tarot some of these. Mess in the month of January. I wonder what this messy situation might come from. Probably a family situation. Confusion and stagnation, orderly chaos. Excuse me. I had a cough. Financial income from an unexpected source. Solution to love problems, expansion of one's influence. Successful cleaning up the backlog of cases. Favorable time to make important decisions, self-employment, a change of residence or job. Oh, wow. What I'm thinking, also in the light of this cross next to the Tower card, which might represent the royal establishment, is it maybe time for him to clean up the mess that is afflicting the royal family and the current family situation? It might be the time where he finally will sort out all the business, which would be natural. Everybody tends to do that, especially if they feel like the future is not guaranteed because of his health situation. This could be also a possible decision to abdicate, maybe. I don't want to use the word abdicate. It might be that he will remain in charge here on this world stage as king, but maybe he will actually step back quite a bit and maybe let William take the reins. It's time anyway to make important decisions. It might be him reflecting on what is going on around him on a larger scale, what he might be going on in England, and the civil unrest and the discontent of the people for what is going on politically in that country. On a smaller scope, it could be a reflection about what is going on in his personal life, in his relationship with his family, his brother, the scandal involving the former Duke and Duchess of York. It could be the problems with his son, Prince Harry, and his wife. Anyway, it feels like he will be ready. He will feel called to finally clean up the mess. He might be making some important decisions, to eliminate, to unclutter his life. So December, January. In February, we have the meal. The meal for me represents work, action, productivity. Let's see what Alexander Ray wants to tell us in this card. 92. So for the month of February, we have craft and endeavor, alchemy. Combination of natural and cultural, e.g. talent and knowledge, the transformation of one substance or condition into another. The propeller here of the meal might indicate also a transformation. The transfer of property from one owner to another. That's just it, transferring powers. It might be that he might actually use the next 3 months to make a very important decision when it comes to actually transferring responsibilities and power to his son, Prince William. Try to clean a mess of whatever is going on around him and his family and step back. And this is probably what this cross might indicate for him. Stepping back from his from his position as king, at least behind the curtains. Doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to abdicate. Quickness and efficiency, talkativeness, noisiness, rejuvenation, desire for care and patronage, appearance of reliable helpers, inheritance. Inheritance. These cards, the Lenormand cards, and these first three cards in the Oracle deck really speak to me of a transfer of power. Decision to finally step back, transfer the power in the hands of his capable son, because it's actually the time has come. And the decision of trying to sort the mess that his current family is going through, that this family is going through right now, between scandals and problems with Harry and Meghan Markle. Then for the month of December, January, February, March, we have a butterfly. And this is the resistance to change. This card really reminds me of the death card in the tarot, because the butterfly is sometimes used as a symbolism from death and rebirth, ending and new beginnings and transformation. But it came out in reverse, which means that despite this desire to step back, to put an end to his reign, to finally transfer the responsibility, the cares to his son, there might be an obstacle here. And the sense of obstacle is strong, because there's also a spider card in reverse next to it, which gives me the idea of stagnation, of being trapped, of being unable to complete a certain cycle. And then the eagle for the following month, for May, which is for me soaring above the clouds, soaring about the situation that is bogging him down. But I also see here his kids in the nest, so concerns regarding the family, his two children maybe. So let's see what the butterfly in reverse for the month of March means. Butterfly. I hope you're enjoying this reading, and I apologize for using the deck, for using the guidebook instead of just using my intuition. I'll go, by the images and what they inspire, and what they trigger in my intuition. But since it's a new deck, I would like to, and I love this creator, by the way, I would like to take a look at his messages as well. Butterfly in reverse. So butterfly in general is purpose and transformation, from ugliness to beauty. But unfortunately, the card is in the resistance position, deviation from the intended path, health of relatives or children, an accident. Oh, health. It could be his own health or somebody else in the family. But judging from the Lenormand card that we have here, it might be concerns about his own health in March. Manipulation or seduction of a man by a woman, longing for people who are gone, symbol of levity, careless perception. I'm really looking at this health of relative or children, an accident here. Also because we have this the appearance of the nest here in this card with two kids, wanting to protect somebody but not being able to do it, being stuck, in his desire to transfer the power to William, to move on with this life, clean up the mess. There's a problem here that regards his two kids, William and Harry. The obstacle is here. Spider in reverse. Let's see. Spider normally represents networks and structure, in industrious entanglement. In its negative sense, meeting with a person who have been trying to avoid for a long time. Oh my goodness. Maybe finally in between March and April, there's a face-to-face with Harry. Lots of temporary problems that don't allow you to resolve current issues. An invisible trap, energy vampire, manipulator, rigid social attitudes, empty news, and overbearing mother. But I really feel like this is about, might be something about Harry. Energy vampire, manipulator, the inability to solve a problem, to districate this web, being entangled in a web. In June, we have the well in reverse. Well, for me, first of all, represents wish fulfillment. It's in reverse. Let's see why. And this would be the month of June. The well in reverse. I could have done this reading like I normally do, shuffle the cards off camera and then come up with the meanings, but I know that a lot of you enjoy the shuffling process. So, well, page 93, and this will be for the month of June. What is the month of June? I will probably clarify this area here because it's the most difficult one to read or the most controversial. So to understand what is going on there. Well, normally represents the death and it enforces the source of life. In its reverse, meaning symbol of still energy in affairs, loss of strength, inner emptiness, conflicting goals, rivalry, concealment of misconduct, loss of directness and sincerity, talent without realization, not to be trusted by outsiders, harm of unconscious acts, exhausted resources, hidden illness. Might be maybe complications in health, in his health situation. What is calling my attention also is the presence of the tornado in reverse and the bridge in reverse here at the end of the reading. And they come up right under the spider in reverse and the ego. I do feel that these cards are telling me something about the conflictual relationship with his son. And it feels like despite his efforts to clean up the mess and sort things out, which he will really work for during the month of August here, I don't think that this is going to be possible. The bridge is upside down. There's no mending the bridge. There's no bridge. There's no connection. There's no meeting halfway. There's no coming together again. I feel that we're not going to see a repacification between Harry and King Charles, not even next year, despite the efforts. Let's see, for the month of July, we have the easel. Easel, page 46. Creativity and beauty, creating space, the gradual, painstaking implementation of what has been conceived, a world of ideas and projects, a creative approach to business, the ability to see the best, the beautiful, a conscious optimism, interesting and inspiring work, a heartfelt positive attitude towards someone, success in creative professions, ability to notice little things and nuances, desire for recognition and approval. You see, for the month of August, we have the swarm. The swarm, Let me know if you like this deck and if the images and the meanings that I'm reading maybe tell you something different. Let me know if your intuition is triggered as well. Looking for the swarm, 83, for the month of August. Team and organization focus and purpose. Symbol of teamwork, corporate structure, organized production, joint activity, distribution of responsibilities, equality, gift of eloquence, communication, productive activity in the name of shared goals, purposefulness, a strictly professional relationship without personal feelings, profit from the investment of funds and resources. So it might be that maybe during the month of July and August, he might pursue like a personal passion or a project he's really passionate about. And it might be related to, it's interesting that we see the poppy here. The puppy is a symbol of remembrance. So it might be his connection to the military, the veterans. Maybe he will do something for a cause that benefits veterans, military veterans. Let's see what the puppy has to say. Denial and blocking. Emphasizes the negative component of the neighboring cards in the upright position and reinforces them in the inverted position, indicating complex blocks and personal weakness. So it's like saying that maybe this teamwork spirit that is indicated by the swarm card is kind of attenuated and blocked by this poppy card. So maybe despite his efforts to make things work, to pursue a goal, to follow his path, to pursue a passion, there might be obstacles on his way. And the obstacles are represented here by the destructive force of the tornado and the bridge in reverse. So what I'm seeing here from the cards is that despite his call for an orderly resolution of all the problems that are afflicting his family, there may be resistance to change, a sense of stagnation and being blocked, especially when it comes to his authority as a father and his relationship with his two sons, in particular, the one that has been giving him more troubles, which is Harry. We might see here a lack of energy. It might be news related to his health. And despite his idea wanting to make a masterpiece out of his life and maybe leave a legacy, a positive legacy, feels like there would be something dragging him down, or obstacles, or lack of collaboration with the people around him. And at the end here, I don't even need to look at the guidebook at this point with the tornado and the bridge. He might try as much as he wants to avoid the destruction of relationships, but unfortunately, I don't see that happening for him. No reconciliation. Let's clarify with the tarot a couple of points. What is this mess he's called to clean up? King Charles. King of Wands. This is William. The Knight of Cups in reverse. One more, please. Actually, two more. We have the Queen of Wands and the Four of Wands. This is, for me, the mess the mess card is referring to. Might be referring to the Queen of Wands is Meghan Markle for me. And there might be some action that maybe Prince William will really advocate for, or really try to push his father to do, with this Knight of Cups in reverse. This is not a benevolent it's not a benevolent energy. It's It's quite aggressive, I would say. Um, it indicate going against somebody else. So maybe there might be some sort of action that King Charles will take, inspired or pushed or persuaded by Prince William, that might regard um, Meghan Markle and her marriage to Harry. Why do we have the butterfly and the spider in reverse? What is this resistance to change? What is this sense of stagnation, inability to come to a resolution? The Page of Wands. This might be bad news, unfortunately, for the month of April. March, April. Bad news. High Priestess. Could be the revelation of a secret. The revelation of a secret. Oh, we didn't read the unicorn, the meaning for the month of December. One more. What is this well in reverse? What does the well in reverse refer to? Justice. Seven of Swords. Oh, wow. And the King of Cups. One more. The Hangman. And the Nine of Cups. Well, justice will be served. The Seven of Swords. This is backhanded behavior. This is treacherous behavior. This is dishonesty. It's betrayal. But the justice card in the upright, it feels to me like there will be justice. If this is the energy of a wrong being righted, of something being returned to its rightful owner. This is him, the King of Cups. The Hangman and the Nine of Cups, these two cards together might indicate that a wish, a desire, as I was saying, with this well in reverse. It might be that King Charles' desire to finally right any wrong in his family, now that he's still on this earth, unfortunately will not come to pass, will not actually happen. It's blocked here. This energy is blocked. Why do we have the tornado and the bridge in reverse? Queen of Pentacles. Is that Princess Catherine or his own wife? Why do we have the tornado in reverse and the bridge in reverse? Ace of Cups and the Five of Cups. One more. There is sadness in this card, sadness for some sort of loss. That might regard Princess Catherine, the King of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. Well, this is energy of new beginnings with the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. But there is also a sense of regret here. King of Swords and Queen of Pentacles. You know what I'm thinking also? I mean, I've heard this on the internet, although I don't really believe, personally, I don't believe it possible, but somebody has been insistently talking about problems between King Charles and Queen Camilla. Now, the Queen Camilla usually appears in my readings with the Empress card, but in this case, Queen of Pentacles might indicate the woman of the house, the wife. So this might be her. And there's some sort of turbulent dynamic between the two of them, although I personally don't think that at this point in life they should do anything stupid like divorce or separate or something. It wouldn't really make any sense. Consider what they had to go through in life to be together and the age and the circumstances they are in. But this unexpected upsetting event here that might create a disconnect with somebody else might be something regarding his wife. And he might regret that. Is there a falling out in the cards for King Charles and Queen Camilla? Let's read from the guidebook. The tornado in reverse and the bridge in reverse, and then the unicorn. The tornado in reverse, page 51. So normally this would be cycle and spontaneity, descending power. In its negative aspect, a wrong, unfair event, a destructive, malicious act, a threat to property, encountering sudden trouble, misunderstanding on the part of loved ones, severe illness, injury, unhappy marriage, and adultery. So maybe this is something about Queen Camilla and the rumored problems in their relationship. Wow. I didn't believe it was true, actually. I think I never paid a lot of attention to that kind of gossip because it really felt unrealistic to me. But maybe, yeah, this is what's happening. The bridge in reverse. What a shame if that is the case. For entertainment purposes only. What a horrible way to live your golden age. Problems everywhere. Everybody in the family seems to have a problem here. Tormenting this man. So, unification and transition, the end of a cycle. So, unification in its regular meaning. In the reverse, the final and irrevocable rejection of something. Repetition of an ineffective action without result. Separation from a loved one. An unstable relationship. Does he want to divorce? Does he want to divorce Queen Camilla at the end of his 77th year of life? This is what it's telling me. King of Swords, the divorcee. Queen of Pentacles, the wife. A new love. Taking action for something new. Sorrow. Regret. Sense of loss. Wow. So in a nutshell, we might have an ending and the announcement of an ending. It could be an hospitalization. It could be, the worst news, worst scenario. Then we have a desire to clean up his mess, maybe instigated by William, especially when it comes to Meghan Markle. There might be some bad news that might actually put an end to this plan, because there might be some sort of revelation or the threat, as the meaning of the cards was mentioning in the book. Threat of revealing a secret. And then the inability also to bring justice to an very unjust situation here. And then this very unexpected ending. Marital problems with Queen Camilla here towards the end of the year, towards the end of 2026. For the unicorn, and that will be our last thought for the month of December 2026. Unicorn, page 77, which happens to be the birthday he's celebrating. Idealism and fantasy, inspiration from myths. So that the idea of this idealism is clear from his astrological, from his natal chart, and from his was it life path number, a symbol of the right choice made, a rare and costly gift of fate, the need to express gratitude, tendency to daydream, fantasize. As I was saying, he's the typical visionary man who's capable of great success but also great failure. Literary or musical talent, strongly embellished information, youthful naivety, innocence, and purity. All right, so this was my reading about the prediction for King Charles' 77th birthday and what is ahead of him for the next 12 months, God willing, of course. I hope the reading was not so confusing. I was really excited to test a new oracle deck. I would say I'm quite satisfied though, because we got some messages that are quite poignant and they're relevant with the situation, the current situation of his family. Let me know what you thought about this reading. Let me know if you read something different in the cards, maybe something that I have missed. I really always appreciate your constructive feedback, especially when it's respectful. So please meet me in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, become a subscriber. And if you need to would like to book a private reading, the email address you can contact me at is in the description of each of my videos. Until I see you next time, many, many blessings.